Every NBA fan loves to make predictions about what is going to happen to their favorite team over the course of a calendar year. And today we're going to do exactly that with the Toronto Raptors, because in this video, we're going to make 4 bold predictions about the Toronto Raptors and what is going to happen to their players and the team over the course of 2022. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans. This is Amateur Hour Sports, the channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 times a week. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself giving my opinion on various NBA topics concerning especially the Toronto Raptors at least 4 times a week, again, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're on a road to 8,000 subscribers and you can help us start off the new year the right way. I hope all of you had a great New Year's as well. But today's video is going to be a focus on the Raptors. Of course, we have 4 bold predictions for what is going to happen to the team over the course of the calendar year. And these bold predictions, sure, they are going to be a little bit bold, but they are 4 things that I truthfully believe are going to transpire with the franchise over the course of the year. Some things are going to be good. Some things they may not be so good in the opinion of the viewer, in the opinion of you watching this video. But I truthfully believe that these things are going to happen to the team, and we're just going to have to check at the end of the year if I am correct or if I am incorrect. And while we're here, make sure that if you agree with my opinion, just give a like on the video to show some support and give me your bold predictions in the comments down below. Do you disagree with mine? I want to hear your thoughts. But the first bold prediction I have is that we're going to go a little bit in chronological order. And the first bold prediction that is going to happen to the Raptors, to happen to their team this season, is that Fred VanVleet becomes an NBA All-Star. Fred has just been putting on an absolutely outstanding season, and right in the midst of voting season for NBA fans and possibly executives, Fred VanVleet has absolutely turned it on, because in his last 4 games, he has been putting on a clinic, because in that time frame, he's averaging over 30 points, around 5 rebounds per game, and just under 9 assists. He has been absolutely spectacular. On the season, he's averaging over 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and about 7 assists per game with a true shooting above 57%. Yes, Fred VanVleet has been absolutely spectacular in the last few weeks. And I mean, he's been great all throughout the season. When the Raptors really needed that next floor general to replace Kyle Lowry, we rebuilt from within and got Fred VanVleet to rise into that position. At only 27 years old, he's already the vet and the leader of this team. Even though these stats are very impressive, it becomes even more impressive when you looked at his Raptor ranking. His total Raptor, a stat that concerns everything you do on the court to influence proceedings. It's very similar to basically a plus minus, but it goes even beyond that. This stat really tracks the best players in the league, and Fred VanVleet is clearly amongst the best here. He's in a category with Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Rudy Gobert, some of the most influential players on the court for the respective teams. Fred VanVleet is right up there. Not to mention, if you want to just look at straight plus minus, he's been one of the best in the league. I'm really hoping NBA executives realize this. The fans, we're giving them the votes. Make sure you're voting for Fred VanVleet. Execs are starting to realize it as well, as Zach Lowe is just one of the many who has Fred VanVleet in their All-Star team. Hopefully he gets there. He absolutely deserves it. Even though the Raptors record right now is under 500, if not for Fred VanVleet, it would be so much worse. The Raptors just shatter when he's not on the floor. The second bold prediction I have, because maybe to you that one wasn't that bold, but the second bold prediction I have for the Raptors this season is that Scottie Barnes is going to be fully deserved of winning the Rookie of the Year, but not win it because votes go towards Evan Mobley. I think so far this season, Scottie Barnes has showcased to be the best rookie in the league. But some rookie ladder projections have favored Evan Mobley, and the most recent one actually favors Franz Wagner, which really doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near that award, but Evan Mobley is the one I think who's getting a little bit more credit in the media, and the media is going to be the powerhouse in influencing the vote, because NBA media, they're the people who vote for the winner of these awards. And I think that they have a firm belief that Evan Mobley is the truth here. And I think a lot of the reason why this is the case is because the Cavs, well, it's no secret, the Cavaliers have a better record than the Toronto Raptors. They are doing better in the Eastern Conference. So as a result, Evan Mobley is going to get a bit more praise. But it comes down to NBA Rookie of the Year and not NBA Record of the Year. Scottie Barnes has proven to be the much more complete player and the much more talented player. I did a video as a couple of weeks ago, maybe even just a week ago, talk about the stat that separates the players. Scottie Barnes, on well over 50% of his field goal makes, does so without an assist, which means he's creating difficult shots for himself. He has to find some much more difficult ways to get his points. Whereas Evan Mobley, roughly around 30% of his field goal makes are unassisted, which means a lot of his makes are coming easy as a result of an assist, where Scottie Barnes having to get points in a more difficult fashion. Now, you can talk about whether that's good, whether it's bad. Evan Mobley playing the flow in the offense a little bit better, but I think it's much more impressive what Scottie Barnes is doing offensively, and the fact that his offensive numbers are better, even with a higher degree of difficulty in affecting those offensive numbers. So Scottie Barnes, for me so far, has been the Rookie of the Year. Obviously, things can change as we go through the season. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season at this point, but my prediction is Scottie Barnes is going to be deserved of that award, but media is going to favor Evan Mobley and rob our boy of the award, which will be very sad. The third bold prediction I have for the Toronto Raptors this season is that we are going to tank and fall to a lottery position and actually slip up in the lottery and get a worse pick than we are projected to get. Obviously, the Raptors profited hugely from the draft lottery last season with the 7th best odds of getting the first overall pick, which means our likeliest picks were actually the 8th or 9th pick in the draft. We ended up with the 4th overall pick, where we drafted the man I just mentioned, Scottie Barnes. But I feel like this season is going to go into a different way. I really think that if this Raptors team can maintain health and maintain, keeping the best players on the floor, they are going to be a playoff team. But Siakam, Barnes, Anunoby, and Van Vliet have combined for 52 minutes on the court together. And that's obviously the best group of players that we can put on the floor together. But with players not being healthy very often, we have found it very difficult to see them on the floor together. And if we don't maintain health, I see the Raptors kind of on a collision course with a play-in position. If we end up in a play-in position or near a play-in position, Masai Ujiri was literally quoted last season as saying,
"Why won't you get in the plane? Playing for what? We want to win a championship here."
And if it's playing for what, why would Masai Ujiri want to be there again? I feel like we are kind of going to trend towards where the Raptors don't really want that playing position. We'll see what the players want. They're pretty accepting of the tank last season. I mean, I would love to watch some playoff basketball for the Raptors, but obviously there are some bigger things involved if you want a better pick. It's a big divide amongst Raptors fans. I don't want to cause a ton of controversy with this bold prediction, but Masai Ujiri, if he looked at the play-in like that last season, he's probably going to look at it like that this season. And I think the Raps are going to fall to a lottery position as a result, where it's just going to be straight up luck. And I feel like, we had our luck last season. So the bold prediction is we don't get the luck this season. I think we end up with something like the 12th overall pick in the draft. That is my prediction. 12th overall pick for the Raptors. Hopefully Masai Ujiri can work some magic and find us a very good pick here. The fourth and final bold prediction for the Raptors over the course of this season is that Pascal Siakam, there's been many rumors about him getting traded. I believe that he will not get traded inside this calendar year. We've talked about Fred VanVleet and how he's really exploded over the last 4 games. Well, Pascal Siakam has also been very, very good. In fact, in the Eastern Conference Player of the Week rankings, DeMar DeRozan deservedly won the award, but Pascal Siakam was an honorable mention in that discussion. Now, that means a little bit, I think, because Siakam is really finding a way to get back into that all-NBA form. In fact, he's developed the nickname Pascal Rodman because his rebounding has gotten so much better for the Raptors. I think his playmaking is also taking a huge leap this season, which is great. I really feel like he is getting it back into that all-NBA form. I think the three-pointers could still be a little bit better, but the mid-range game and how much better that has become is kind of making up for it. As a result, I think there's going to be some great interest for Pascal Siakam in the offseason. And I think a discussion certainly needs to be had about what the team looks like with Anunoby, Barnes, and Siakam, 3 forwards all vying for starting positions. I think definitely a conversation can be had there. I think it's a conversation I'm going to have on this channel in the very near future. If you have to get rid of one of them, I think Siakam is the one to go, but I don't think the Raptors are going to make that sort of decision over the course of this year. I think they want to feel it out a little bit more. I think they want to see what sort of success this team can have when they do have a good bench. They have a good bench to complement this great starting lineup. When that's in place, let's see how good this team can be. And if there is a feeling that there is some sort of restriction with those 3 guys, then we can make a decision. However, I don't believe the Raptors will come to that decision over the course of this year. So I think at the end of 2022, not only will Pascal Siakam still be a Raptor, but Scottie Barnes and OG Anunoby will also still be Toronto Raptors. I mean, Scottie Barnes ain't going anywhere, and neither is OG Anunoby. So I believe Pascal Siakam will remain with the team as well. And, you know, I think as more information develops, we can decide whether that would be a good or bad decision. But if you ask me right now, I would say good decision from the franchise. So there you have it. Those are my 4 bold predictions for the team. Number 1, Fred VanVleet will be an NBA All-Star. Number 2, Scottie Barnes will get robbed of the Rookie of the Year by Evan Mobley despite having a better personal season. Number 3, the Raptors will decide they don't want to be in a playing position and tank for the lottery, where they will not get any good luck in the lottery and fall to a worse position than expected. And number 4, Pascal Siakam will remain with the team for the full calendar year. So there you have it, my 4 bold predictions. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? And let me know your bold predictions in the comments down below. Let's look forward to a great year in 2022. Make sure to like the video if you did enjoy, help support the channel, and show some other people this is a video worth watching. And make sure if you're new, you're subscribed to the channel. 4+ videos a week, all concerning the NBA. And in 2022, Amateur Sports, we kind of want to find a way to get into some more general NBA topic as well. You know, I love basketball and I want to talk about more teams, more players. And let me know if that's something you're going to be interested in if we start doing that on the channel. Obviously, still keeping that primary focus on the Raptors, just adding in some other stuff on the side. We'll see you again next time for another video.